Hi everybody, welcome to another video. We're going to go over a deck profile. With the new supports coming out, it's kind of reinvigorated my want to build decks, show them off, get replays and stuff like that for you. So you'll be probably seeing a lot of deck profiles in the next couple of weeks. And I thought I'd start off with the new UA support that has been long overdue needing to come out for this deck. So we're going to get in the deck profile. I'll give my thoughts and feelings on it, and then I'll show you the replays at the end of the video. If you like the content, please give a like and subscribe, and also please share the content out to as many people as you can, guys, so that more people can see it. We can get more of a community growing within the channel and stuff like that. But with that being said, guys, let's get into the deck profile. So we run one Playmaker, 3 of the new UA Playing Manager, 1 Dreadnought Dunker, 1 Black Backer, 1 Rival Rebounder, 1 Goalkeeper, 1 Perfect Ace, 3 of the new Libero Spiker, 3 Midfielder, 3 Neo Space Connector, 1 Aqua Dolphin, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 3 UA Signing Deal, 3 Pot of Extravagance, 1 Terraforming, 1 UA Locker Room, 1 Power of the Guardians, 1 DDR, 1 Megamorph, 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, 2 UA Power Jersey, 2 UA Stadium, 3 UA Hyper Stadium, and 1 UA MVP. Extra deck, we run a Utopia the Lightning package, Tornado Dragon, Baguska, Castel, Exciton, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, Nightmare Griffin, Unicorn, Phoenix, 3 Assault, and you don't see it there, but it is Mrs. Radiant, and a Cerberus there behind my thing. So Cerberus and Mrs. Radiant. Thoughts and feelings on this? This is support that was long overdue for this archetype. The fact that now they have another normal summonable monster and the new field spell gives them that additional normal summon was essentially practical for the deck. You'll see it in the replays that when you get the two monsters, like when you are able to get at least 2 of the monsters on the board, you're able to at least interact with your opponent and disrupt their boards and stuff like that. And sometimes that was just enough to overwhelm them. I run a lot of equip spells. The equip spells do come in handy from time to time dealing with big boss monsters, and it does help for the assault to get into that level 4. So if you're not able to get your Rhoda searched out, or your field spell, your Rhoda, or any way of searching out your normal monsters, your level 4 lower monsters, this does help quite a lot in the long run, the assault package, so that's why I run it. The big weakness of this deck, though, is it still relies heavily on the level 4 monsters. You will have to run UA Signing Deal in order to help keep the consistency of the deck, and you do need to run something like Pot of Extravagance or Pot of Desires to help with your draws and stuff like that. The fact that the deck does a lot of searching and not a lot of drawing makes Pot of Extravagance a better option because you're not really beating into your main deck. And your extra deck is sort of there more as utility to help out deal with problem cards and stuff like that. But the biggest weakness of this deck, is that if your opponent's able to go first and set up some form of board that stops your plays, in any way, shape, or form, the deck does struggle to get that board state going. Like if they're able to stop your special summoning, your deck is essentially dead, and if your opponent's able to negate monster effects or bounce cards or interrupt you, your deck will struggle to build that board state. So the bigger weaknesses of this deck is things like Altergeist, Adamancipator if they have established a board state, and even like things like Zephyra you'll see in Raid Raptor. You know, if they have an answer to your strategy, they will stop you essentially in your tracks, and you'll not be able to recover quickly enough to win the game. The support does help it though. It does make it essentially more than just playable. A friend of mine, whenever he had the deck, he absolutely loved it, but his biggest complaint was if they had another level 4 monster, the deck is playable. The fact that they needed a card to make the deck even playable in today's formats, it shouldn't have happened. There should have been some way to play this deck, and the fact that it needed just that level 4 monster in order to do that really showcases what the deck's biggest problem was. And the fact that they got a Rhoda and the level 4 monster really does help it. The two other new cards, Locker Room and MVP, are very situational. They will help from time to time, and they will maybe help in those situations where you maybe need that extra push, but they're not essential for the deck. And what's funny is the new Spell and Trap lineup, while it's useful for UA, is almost more useful in FA than it is UA. But I think that was the idea that FA was made at a later time period in a different type of format, so they were made for a different style of play, whereas UA were built for an older style of play and maybe not as fast style of play. And I think that definitely shows in some of the replays that I have had, and I will showcase them, at least one or two of them, in the FA deck profile that I'll be working on next, so you'll be able to see why they help out more with one rather than the other. But that's the discussion, guys. Next up's the replays, which will show you how the deck works and stuff like that. If you enjoy the content, like I said, guys, please leave a like and subscribe. Share this to all your friends. Please follow me on social media, which are listed down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.